Hello and welcome back. So far we've added about 4 services. We want to add the next one, which is Rabbitmq. Okay, so as usual, let's go to Docker Hub and then search for Rabbitmq. We're going to use the official Docker image. Now the current version, this 3.13. Or we can just use the latest tag to use the latest version, but for us we are going to use the management Alpine version. Okay, so we can have access to the management dashboard. We can see the UI, okay, for Rabbitmq. And then let's see if there's any Docker Compose information right here. We can see. Now, something that we need to note, for Rabbitmq itself, we are not going to be storing any data. So we are not going to be creating any volumes. Okay? Yeah, it's possible with Rabbitmq if you really want to make your queue very durable, so that in case there is a crash or there's a restart, you can always get your data. For us, we are not going to store. It's just going to be, it will pass the data, or the events that we're sending will just pass through the queue. Okay, and at least if there's a restart, it's going to be there's a property we can set called durable later, where once we start writing the code for publishing an event or consuming an event from Rabbitmq, we're going to see all that later, but we are not going to create any volumes for this. But if you want to use a volume, you can see the path right here. Okay, and these are some of the environment variables that can be set. Okay, default user, default password. Okay, let's see. Okay, they're not specified right here, but we need the default user, we need the default password. Okay, so we can use it to connect to Rabbitmq from our application, and also use it to access the management dashboard. Okay, so to do this, we can easily just come right here, create another service. I'll call this Rabbitmq, and the container name will be Rabbitmq container. Now for the image, Rabbitmq : now here, like I said, we are going to use the management Alpine version. I've not tested with any of this version. You can try this version, but the one that I have tested is the 3.12 management. I think, let me see if I can find it here. I think it's fine. We can just, let's just try this. Let me see if I can copy this here. Or let's look for the Alpine version. Yeah, let's use this 3.13 RC. Let me see. Okay, so you can try whatever latest version. Let's use this. Okay, and then I'll paste it here. Okay, so just check whatever the latest version is. This might be different for you at this point in time. Okay, so just copy the management Alpine version and then add it here. And then we can add our policy as well. Yeah, let's set our ports. For this, we're going to set 2 different ports. We are going to set the AMQP protocol port, and also we are going to set the management port. Okay, the protocol port will be the port we use to access from our application, and then the management port will be the port we use to access the dashboard. Okay, so the first one I'll call AMQP protocol ports. This is going to be 5672. 5672. Okay, and then we have the management ports so in order for us to access the Rabbitmq dashboard, management UI. This is going to be, I think, 15672. Okay, these are the ports. I think you can find them here. If we check, should be able to see the ports if it's specified. Okay, you can see here for the management right here. And then for this, they used port 8080. It's fine, but I think it's fine for us if we use this port as well. Okay, but let me see. Okay, yeah. So here it says this Rabbitmq container listening on default port. So 5672 is the default port. That is what we are using here, and then the management UI port. Like I said, for this, we don't actually need any volume because we are not storing any data. So this is just all we need for us to be able to create the Rabbitmq service.